welcome back to another episode of Author Interviews with Jazz and Prose. I am your host, Sai, and today we are here with the lovely Valia Brown, okay, for her book, Shad, okay? So, Valia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. This is only my second interview since I've been back in the publishing world, so I'm excited.
Okay, and we have a lot to unpack that you just said there. But so first of all, are you in Florida?
Yes, I just got back last week on Tuesday. I came back. I moved back.
Okay, because I know the book is set in Tampa, Florida.
Yep, born and raised. That's where I'm from.
Really? How far is that from Jacksonville?
Maybe like 3 hours.
Okay, yeah. One of my favorite cousins is from Jacksonville, and when I went there, like, you know, growing up and stuff, I didn't realize how kind of similar the culture was a little bit to New Orleans, because that's where, you know, our family is from. And when we went to like a high school football game and I saw the boys with dreads, I was like, oh, okay. It's kind of familiar. Okay.
Yep.
Segueing into the cover of Shad, okay, this handsome man right here has some locks. So I usually like to start with the cover of the book. Okay. So tell us how you came up with the cover for Shad.
Okay, so it's actually crazy. I'm going to give you the backstory. So originally I purchased a custom cover from another author that does covers. And I wish I could show you guys, but I'm not going to do it. It was horrible. It was horrible. It looked like Photoshop and a bad editor met. So I couldn't use that. This is my first baby in over 10 years, so I could not do that. But I have some friends. We are called the Gold Friends. And my friend Dimps and Smoke Break, they actually do a lot of just, I guess you would say
graphic design.
It? Yeah, graphic designing. They're really good with Canva, things like that. So they literally just gave me one lesson, maybe like a few hours lesson on Canva, and I found this actual photo. Like when I saw the photo, I said, "This is Shad. Oh my gosh, this is Shad." So I purchased it. The photo was like maybe $2-3, and then I actually did the putting the Shad on there, my name, the blurb, and a novel at the top. So I did all that, but it just worked out perfectly, honestly.
Questions. Oh my God. First of all, I didn't know Canva had like a paid feature. You said you got the picture from Canva?
No, I didn't get the picture from Canva. I did everything like putting the name and everything on Canva. No, but they do have the pro that you can use for Canva, which is like $15 a month. Yeah.
By the way, guys, teachers get that for free. I'm a teacher, so I be using Canva, because
nice.
Okay, but first of all, so I just, and this is nothing. This is honest. I was gonna ask, does he have an ad? Like, does he have an Addy, or is he AI?
He's very much so AI. I'm sorry, ladies. The ladies have been hitting me up. Okay, they are obsessed with this man. I'm like, I don't know what he has done, but they are obsessed with him. He is not real, y'all.
But they have that new little feature where it's like the fake boyfriend. So I don't know, Chad. They might be,
Listen, it's true.
Yeah, he's a looker. So when you say that when you saw him, you immediately knew that this was Shad.
Yes.
I'm trying to see. Okay, so the question I was going to ask is as far as like description.
Yes.
Okay. When you're describing your characters, like when you start out, you got the idea for the novel. Did you already know like what he was going to look like, or did it take a little
time? I already knew. Let me tell you why I already knew. This is, as you mentioned, this is not my first book. So Shad is actually a character that is from my first and second novels.
Okay.
So, and the readers loved him. The ladies loved him in my first and second novel. And I was like, I have to give him his own book. So I really started writing this book over 13 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. So when I saw the photo, it matches him to a T. Literally, that's how it was. Like, I had never seen this photo before. The person that made the photo, Chardonnay, she didn't know anything about the character. It's just literally I saw the photo and he matches to a T. So yeah. that
Wow.
it went together.
Beautiful cover, very beautiful cover. I love this.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Did you see the paper? The hardback cover. The hardback cover is different.
Is
I
it?
also designed that too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that the one with the crown on the?
Yes, on the
Okay,
on the throne.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because at first I had that one, and then I started watching, I said, wait, I gotta put this cover. But they're both very nice. They're both
Thank
very
you.
well, I can wait for the people out there. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself as a writer, how you got into writing. As you mentioned, you've been writing for quite some time. You're back from kind of, I would say, a hiatus, but I don't know.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and tell the readers, listeners about yourself.
So originally I started writing, as I mentioned, as a kid, and I started with poetry. So I don't know, like some of the ways that I write sometimes kind of flows like poetry. But yeah, I originally started writing poetry when I was a teenager. I started reading urban fiction when I was maybe like 10, 11. I know I shouldn't have been reading the coldest winter ever at that time, but that's everybody's first. So that was my first book that I read that was urban fiction, and I just fell in love with it. And then from there, fast forward maybe 9 to 10 years, I'm up one night reading, as I always am, and I wrote on a small piece of paper, I want to write a book titled Broken Promise. That was originally the name of my first book. So I wrote that down on a little piece of paper. I took that little piece of paper, and that was my bookmark for 6 months as I read different books. And then one morning I'm up 7 a.m. I had just finished one of the Prada Plan books by Ashley Antoinette. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do it. And I started writing. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to format a manuscript or anything. And that's literally how my writing journey began. And I literally Googled everything, researched everything, and yeah, we're here.
I love that. I think that's something that a lot of writers have in common, is the ability to be self-motivated. Because so many people have the idea to write a book, but it takes the consistency to actually get from start to finish. So that is, I love the idea that you had the bookmark in there to motivate yourself. And it started with that little sentence right there. Writing that helped you to write your books. So so many things you said there with the coldest winter ever. Oh my God. I think that was all of our, as a collective, I think we all kind of got hooked in with that. And then Ashley Antoinette, she's huge in the book world as well. You said her name. I was like, oh yeah, I remember her. Okay. So, okay, tell us about Shad specifically. What is this book about?
So Shad's book is his story. So he gets to go through life, and we literally experience what he's experienced in pretty much in real time. So he is dealing with a woman who he's feeling. He's moved from Miami to Tampa. He's moved her from Miami to Tampa, and some things start to come out. So there's an attempt on his life. And as the book goes along, things start to come out. And one of his closest friends, Promise, comes into town, and she's noticing some things that he is missing. And normally Shad is one of those guys, he's on his P's and Q's, he's on his thing. He doesn't really let too much get away from him without him noticing. And when it comes to Ty, his woman, he is kind of a little blinded to some of the things that are being shown to him. But Promise brings it to his attention, but it's a little too late. And it ends up costing him more than he was ever willing to pay. When I say a loss of life, not his, but a very important life to him. And the book, I don't know, it's just a good book. It's a good book.
I know you don't want to give too much away.
I know. I don't want to get really into it, but it's a good book. It's a good story. If you like, it's the whole thing about unhinged men right now.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, Shad is not that dude. Okay, Shad is he doesn't operate in his ego. when he steps into the room, he doesn't have to say anything, and you know he's there by his presence alone. And he's that dude without even having to do all the extra crashing out and all that. Okay, now I like reading the unhinged book too, don't get me wrong, I like a little unhinged too, but that's not Shad. You're gonna fall in love. That's what I say. You'll fall in love with him.
And when I was watching some of your videos, I was like, okay, he seems like the quote unquote perfect guy for the girls in the hood. I'm just saying, the girls in the hood, they like to look. Is he street?
He is. He's street. He's street and he's corporate. So he started off in the street. That's how he got his bag up. That's how he got his money. He still operates there, but he has businesses as well.
Right. And then he's also sweet to his girl.
If you're in his heart, you trust you good. You good for life. You set for life. Well, until you do some deceiving things. And then, other things have to happen. But if you're close to him, you good for life. You said.
Yeah. And I think a lot of readers, that's their ideal. A lot, the ones that like the hood guys, I say that they like them.
Yeah.
That's the equation that they're looking for.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do you think was the most challenging part of writing this particular novel, if you had one?
Okay, I have never written a male lead before. I have never written a male main character that is pushing the story forward. All of my other books are female led. So that was really new to me. And I'm also a lesbian. So I have never actually been with a guy to even know how that dynamic is. So I had to take from experience of friends, family, what I've seen, movies, different things like that, in order to kind of bring the story and his personality and all that together.
Okay, and that's probably why you came up with this. No, let me not. I was like, that's probably why you came up with him so perfect, because you ain't never.
But he's flawed. Now he has his own flaws too, because he's battling within himself too. With certain things. So he's not necessarily perfect, but he's a stand-up guy, and I feel like a lot of women aren't used to that. They're used to the cheating, the lying, the crashing out, the toxicity.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get that here.
Well, that's good.
You get a different type of story.
Yeah, because especially all of the men that complain about, like, Tyler Perry, how he always saying that. So those fellas, you want to get this book because this is the narrative of the good guy that's still, So and I think, and I think I've only interviewed one male author, and I just want to go over the record to say that Jazz and Prose interviews anybody, you know what I'm saying, but it just so happens there's a lot of females, but I know that there are male readers out there as well. Well, I love that. So, and I can't imagine that would be kind of difficult to write from a male's perspective. You have to tap into your masculine side. And I, as a writer, I have a book coming out in October, maybe. I know I've been saying October, guys, but I honestly, so this is the thing for me. How many drafts do you write for your book?
2 to 3.
Okay, see what I'm saying? I only have barely one, and I'm like, I want to put it out so bad, but I'm like, you know what, guys, I really want to do my big thing with this one. And I feel like I was watching another interview, and I don't know if you do this. So writing the first draft, you're getting the story out, and then rewriting it is, for me, when I want to go back in and put all of the literary devices, I want to go add more figurative language, go and add, all of the complex kind of things to really paint the picture.
Yes.
And that takes time. I just realized that I'm not a rusher. Like, I want to put it out, but for me, I have to pace myself, because for me, when I put a book out, it's like my name is attached to this.
Exactly.
So So for you though, so how long does your process take? Because I do want to also say, guys, writing is different for everybody. There's no one cookie cutter, this is the way to do it. It's literally like art. Like it varies based on person. So for you, Valia Brown, what is your process like, as far as how long does it take you to write the manuscripts?
So my process is longer anyway, because I first write with paper and pen, then I type it up, and then I do my rewriting, and then so
Mhm.
my process is a little longer. I would say normally, not this last go around, but normally it takes about 3 to 8 months to do the first draft. Right, that's just the first draft. Then I can go back in and do the rewrite, and then come back for the third draft to just bring it all together, make sure everything flows, and then send it to the editor. But normally like 3 to 8 months. Now I'm not one of those authors that got a new book every month. Y'all not gonna get
Yeah.
that from me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not me.
I'm
I
so
like to take my time too.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of people that can do because I can't. Like my
Yeah.
way my brain, aside from the fact of time,
Yeah.
okay, even with reading for me, I'm a reading teacher too. So like my students, they're like, oh, I read this book and like I'm done in a week. I'm like, what? Like I can't read a book in a week. Like, because when I read, I really sit there and think about so many different scenarios, so many things. So I'm not one of those readers that, unless I'm reading for like, school or something and I have to get something done. But for leisure, no, I got to sit with the book for a little while.
I
Okay.
understand that.
Do you have a favorite chapter? Either writing it, like when you were writing, you was like, oh my God, I loved writing this, or just like it turned out.
I would say I have a few favorite chapters.
Okay.
One of them is chapter 3. Um, I enjoyed writing chapter 3 because it just shows the quiet control that Shad has. Like he
Okay.
doesn't have to say too much, but his gestures silences the room. So chapter 3 was one. I don't remember the chapter number for this, but the chapter with Shad and his mom,
Okay.
that whole scene, like I just really liked writing it because it showed a male and the respect that he has for his mother, and the process of going through life with a mom who has lost the love of her life, and he has then had to step up and be everything for the household because she was just out of it. Like she went through 25 years of grieving, and he just had
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
step up. He was like 10, 11 years old at the time that she lost he lost his dad, and
Hmm.
he had to become a man at that point at 11.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was one of my favorite chapters to write as well.
Okay. And I'm so interested to see Shad and his complexities because
Mm-hmm.
I remember a guy that I was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a topic that I think is like, so the same thing. His mother told him he had to be the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like that as a mother. I'm a mother too. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of robs them of their childhood,
Yes.
growing up so fast. And this person actually went to prison because he did
Mm.
something for his family. The
Yeah.
lights were off. He said, he had to do it. That was the motivation to do it. And I'm just like, oh my God, there are really and I hear that quite a bit, and I think it's just so unfair, but it's life.
But
So,
the crazy part with Shad is his mother never told him that. He took
mm,
on that role because he saw that, okay, my
yeah.
mom's down and out right now. Like, I got to make sure things keep going. We keep
Mm,
eating, lights stay on, things like that. So he took that on his shoulders.
yeah.
But I do see that where moms like lean on their kids to
Mhm,
step up. And it's like, let them remain in a child's place and
mhm.
really, grow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, that's true too. It's just, as a teacher, I hear a lot of things
yeah.
from, and it's just like people do go through stuff. And yes, they do have kids who grow up fast due
Yeah.
to circumstances that is really beyond them. And even if, like you say, his mom didn't tell him that, him as a child, especially, I'm from New Orleans, guys. Okay. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, I grew up hiding under the bed from gunshots, seeing people sell crack on the corner. Okay. And when
Same.
that is around and people see that fast money, and
Mhm.
then so yeah, I always tell people environment definitely matters because when stuff hit the fan, what you gonna do? You put in a position to either, go one route or go the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I love that you really fleshed out your characters. You
Yeah.
really gave them a background, because for me, that's when they actually start to, I feel like characters kind of write the book on their own.
Yeah.
If you develop the characters well enough, I really do feel like they will write the book for you.
For sure.
Yeah. So you said you write with paper and pen. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, when you were in high school, did
Mm-hmm.
you guys ever have a person who used to write like little short stories about their favorite celebrities?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, so one lady that came on here, she said that she used to do that, Quay the writer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there was a girl at my school, and I used to see people carrying this little marble notebook around. I'm like, oh my God, is that the book? And I thought that was so cool. I was just saying, okay, so maybe not in Tampa, because definitely in New York and in New Orleans, they did that. Now, so that's your process. You write it in a notebook. What about your phone?
I take notes in my phone. So I have lots of notes in my phones. I have titles of probably 100 books. Like if I'm just going throughout the day, I'm like, oh, that would be a good title. I just save it in my phone under a note.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely have a lot of notes.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like, and this might be a little heavy to say, but I feel this way sometimes. Okay. And I ask you the question. Do you ever feel like you might not have enough time to write all of the books that you say you have so many? Do you feel like you're actually going to get to do all that? Like, what's your thoughts around that topic?
No, I don't feel like, as far as lifespan goes, I feel like just the process of knowing how I write,
Mm-hmm.
we about a year, I'm probably gonna do 2-3 books a year,
Yeah.
maybe. And that's on
Yeah.
a good year. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't feel that way because like I said, I have probably 100 titles in my and I've already started maybe like 10 books.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I definitely don't feel like I have the
Yeah.
amount of time that I would need to get all of those.
Yeah. That
So
frustrates me. It really does.
yeah.
Like I want to write this book, but then I want to, that definitely frustrates me. Let's see. So you publishing, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you traditionally or are you
Oh,
self?
yay. So at this point, coming back into the publishing world, I am independent, so I am self-published.
Okay.
This for my book Shad. Originally coming in, I had the same mind frame that I had 13 years ago. I wanted to sign to a publisher. I already knew the publisher that I wanted to sign to. I did reach out. The advice that I got was for me to, build up my social media to get more connected with readers. That was different for me because I'm like,
Is that what y'all supposed to be doing? Why I gotta be?
I didn't want to say it, but I know my work ethic, and I know that regardless of if I'm putting my name behind something, I'm gonna go 10 toes that like I'm gonna stand 10 toes behind it. So I knew that building the readership was not gonna be the issue. So when they told me that, I said, okay, no problem, no worries, cool. And then I started my research, self-publishing. What do I need to do? What do I need to have? Blah, blah, blah. And I just went from there. But coming in back then, I was signed to an independent publisher, publishing house.
Okay. Now, segueing into that, when you talk, because I want people to know, if you're going to write a book, if you're going to go the self-publishing route, it's different processes, okay? Writing the book is one process. Marketing and publishing the book is a whole completely different beast, okay? Now, however, luckily we're here today with the Valia Brown. I think, based on what I've been seeing, you are pretty good with making videos. I want to talk a little bit about TikTok as a marketing platform for writers, because I've been hearing that it's really good. When they banned TikTok the first time, I deleted it. I said, I'm not going to back and forth. Okay. But I see that it's really good. So can you talk a little bit about using TikTok as a marketing strategy?
TikTok is amazing. Well, not TikTok. So Book Talk is amazing.
Okay.
So TikTok is, the head, the parent, and then Book Talk is like a little segment on TikTok, but it's huge and the readers are like in love with books. So literally, if you are trying to find readers as an author, you should be on Book Talk, and that's what I'm going to call it, because you should be using all of the hashtags for Book Talk. And when I tell you, it's a phenomenon right now.
Mm.
Like the support
When
that you can get from readers on Book Talk, for sure.
Okay, now does that include, because I know some people use what is it called? The TikTok shop. Do you guys like have a link on TikTok shop? Or do you
So
just tell people to go to Amazon?
TikTok shop is a different beast, okay? Um, first of all, I did originally set up TikTok shop on one of my TikTok accounts. I didn't like the process of the, I don't know, it's like they have restriction. You can get a restriction, you can get a violation. They limit the music or sounds that you can use. It's very limiting. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily start off using TikTok shop, but TikTok shop is huge for authors. You can literally sit on your live, talk about your book, and readers just click on a little orange shopping cart and purchase your book right there. And these are
Wow.
readers you wouldn't have never connected with outside of TikTok shop. Like
Yeah.
you would have to tell them you have to leave the app to go and purchase my book either on my
Yeah.
website or on Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's the I guess silver lining there, that
Yeah.
it's right there. It's accessible to hundreds of thousands of readers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say, because I feel like, no, I ain't gonna say that. I don't want to give away too many. I don't want to give away too many of the secrets with marketing and stuff like that. I don't want to ruin it for readers, but not readers, authors. But yeah, definitely look into TikTok as putting
Yes.
your book, your whole page as an author on there.
Yeah.
Okay, the coloring book. Okay, when I saw that, I was like, oh my, this is amazing. Talk a little bit about the coloring book that you have that goes with the book, Shad.
So that goes back to my girlfriend Dimps. She actually again was just live one night on TikTok, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm creating a coloring book," and I was like, "What, you're doing what?" She was literally doing live illustrations on her TikTok,
Wow.
and so I just pulled up my laptop and I started following along with what she was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
literally, Chat GPT, Canva, and Bing were my best friends in creating this coloring book. The way that I was able to get Shad to look exactly like Shad as an illustration was, it was a process. I started in February and I probably ended in April, May sometime, this coloring book. But it was definitely a process. Every day I work on a few pages. And I just had to keep giving different descriptions to get it to look exactly like the scene that is going on in the novel. So every illustration that you see in the coloring book is 81 pages. Every illustration is a illustration from the actual novel. So it's a scene from the novel in an illustration. And I also have excerpts from the novel, so each chapter.
Wow, that's brilliant. I really love that idea because a lot of, I think, writers want to see their works on the screen. And then, this is a way, and, that costs a lot of money, especially if you're self-publishing. But, this is a step. This is a step that I feel like a lot of people do. I really love that idea. So yeah, advice for authors. So I would say people who, let's just let you give general advice, because I always be like, oh, what advice? So what would you, I would say, like, if you, before you became a writer, something you wish you knew.
Before I became a writer.
Before you jumped in the process, either in the writing process or the publishing process, like anything that you want to tell
people. So publishing, I could always speak to that because I've seen it from both sides. As far as publishing, I would say if you're signing to an indie publisher, mind you, this is not traditional publisher, but if you're signing to an indie publishing company, they're a publishing company, they're just a smaller publishing company. Maybe they don't have the distribution that a traditional publishing company has. Use them as a stepping stone. Read your contract, please. take it to a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, some type of lawyer to read over the contract, to make sure that you're not being swindled. Um, make sure that your book is actually copyrighted. Just different things need to be in alignment when it comes to signing to a indie publisher. Use it as a stepping stone. And once you feel like you've gotten to the place that you feel like you can step out on your own, definitely do that and take the reins of your writing career on your own. Learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I would say.
I love that advice. And yes, I've had people come on here before. And we did our webinar. That was like one of the first videos that we did. And there was a girl on there. She was talking about, she made it sound like it was like back in the day with what's them people? What's
A
that
Triple
name?
Crown. Mm-hmm.
I don't
Triple Crown Publishing.
Okay, I don't know I'm gonna have to go on TikTok. They probably got a series on what I don't know, but it's the music industry. I can't think of his name. It starts with an S, but people always like, basically like deals gone wrong, basically.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the publishing world. I'm like, if you talk about the publishing world, you talk about Triple Crown, because Triple Crown had all of the top authors. So all of the legendary authors that we have now in the urban fiction world, Triple Crown had them. And yeah.
Yeah, I remember them back in the day when I first got into like, okay, I'm gonna write. That was like 2013 maybe, and yeah, it was just becoming, social media. We had YouTube, Facebook, where a lot of people were doing stuff, and I do remember Triple Crown. But yeah, guys, read your contracts, especially if you're going to enter into one. Because it's a lot that goes into it, especially if you're signing anything. Yeah, you want to read that. Okay, I feel like we are now going to be at our trivia time. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little trivia. Okay. All right. So this is author edition. Would you rather? Okay.
All right.
So, Valia, we're going to have you pick a number from 1 to 4.
My favorite number is 2.
Okay, let's see what number 2 is. Okay, so would you rather have your books turned into a blockbuster movie or win a prestigious literary award?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to say turn my book into a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Because the awards will come.
Yeah.
They will come.
I would too. And like you said, we said it costs a lot of money.
Hello.
To do a blockbuster movie. Yeah.
Exactly. Put Shad on the big screen, okay?
Yeah.
or any one of the books that I have coming. Like put it on the big screen. I would love it. Yeah. So blockbuster movie, that's an easy one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know author Jay Jones. Do you know?
I do. And I watched was it Carmen? I watched one of her movies on Tubi.
Yeah. I was just watching an interview with her. So Carmen, and then I think it was called Fanatic or something like that.
Yes. I started watching that as well. Yeah.
She's very inspiring too, because she, is big in the book worlds, and then she said she produced her own movies as well. So
you know who also does that? T Styles. I don't know if you know who T Styles is.
I do. That's not, there's so many people that I just have to research. And, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, one of the reasons I came up with Jazz and Prose was to start giving the shine to all these people, because you don't really see that many interviews with the behind the scenes of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a lot of people that are out there. Thank God for social media now that we can actually start seeing a little more. But I think it's important to have authors come on and just share with us, their process, and it could inspire somebody else. So, okay, we're at our final slide. So, what do you have next in store?
Okay, lots of things. So, my first book, as I said, was Broken Promise and Black Ice. That was part 1 and part 2. I am re-releasing that as a book that is coming out in October. It is going to be improved. Okay, I wrote that book originally when I was 20 years old. All right, I will be 35 next month on the 15th, August 15th. Leo. So I will be re-releasing that. I'm improving it now, and I cannot wait for it to come out. Now the question you didn't ask me that I was waiting for you to ask me is, who would I get to play some of the
Oh my God, that is
characters?
such a good question. Oh my God, I gotta write that down so I can start asking everybody. Yeah, so
I like that question.
who would you have to play your characters, especially this handsome, beautiful chocolate man?
Okay, listen, it's gonna be an unknown actor for Shad. Okay,
Okay.
I haven't seen an actor that is currently right now acting that could play Shad. I haven't seen them, especially because of the locks. Like, you know, that's very distinctive.
You
So
they can glue those on now. They got
yeah, that's true. And they look a lot better now, because back in the day, it was, remember Shamar Moore's braids? No,
oh Lord, yeah, no.
Yeah. But for Promise, I have someone who could play her.
Okay.
It would be Logan Browning from Hit the Floor. Do you remember the show Hit the Floor? One of the lead girls. It was the brown skin girl and the light skin girl with the green brownish eyes.
I will Google it. I will have the picture up here for you guys by the time I put it together. Okay, Logan Brown.
Logan Browning.
Mm-hmm. Browning. Okay.
Yes, Browning. Okay. She could play Promise. For Promise's book that's coming out in October. She could play her. I'm like, but she has to gain some weight though, because Promise is thicker. Like, you know, she's curvy. So yeah, she would have to gain a little weight, but she would be perfect to play Promise. And y'all will see that because, you know, her book cover is dropping on my birthday. So
oh, I love that. And happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we can tell the people, guys, put in the comments by the time this posts, who do you guys think would be a good actor for Shad?
Yes, that's a good question. That's a good question,
guys. We need engagement in the comments. I don't, off the top of my head, I'm gonna put who I think too, because I'm gonna go do some. I have a person in the back of my mind.
Okay.
Right now. But yes, that is a great question. I do like that. What about for his mom? I think I already know. Well, because he said she was a little sad, like depressed.
Yeah, she was definitely grieving.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably the woman that was on The Haves and the Have-Nots that played the maid.
She had a fine scene.
Benny. I think she would be a good version of Shad's mother.
Okay. You know who I was thinking about? I was thinking about the mom from Love and Basketball, but the boys, not her mom, the one her husband wishing. But you're the writer, so yeah, I just see her as, I think it's Debbie something. I don't know. But anyway, that's a really good question. I should have probably did that in the beginning when we had our time.
I like that.
Yeah.
But okay, so what else I have coming out? So Promise's book is coming in October. In April, I have another book coming out. This is going to be a brand new book. I already started it. I'm about 5-6 chapters in. I started it a few months ago, right after I finished Shad's book. So that is coming out in April, right in time for one of my first events of 2026. I will be outside all 2026. So I will be at the Converse Denim and Books in California. Tickets go on sale August 1st, 2026. August 1st, 2025. Tickets go on sale, and the event is April 24th and 25th of 2026. I will also be at Pages in the City.
Okay.
So kind of like SEX in the city.
Yes.
So Pages in the City, NYC. I will be there. That is July 26th, 2026. Tickets are on sale now, so if y'all want to either go to their page, Pages in the City NYC, or go to one of my social media pages at Valia the Writer, you can find the link to that event as well. That is July 26th, 2026. So, and I will also be at Boozy Book Tour. That is in October 2025, October 18th, 2025, in Chicago. So I will be there. I won't actually be an author with a table, but I will have books on deck, y'all. I will have all
Meet
the
me outside.
sides. No. I already spoke to
Oh,
the
you're in.
event. Yeah, I already spoke to the event planners. They told me that I can have my books inside. I could be walking around with them. They're fine with that because the authors who have their tables, they have their tables there.
Yeah.
They're good. So yeah, I'm letting everybody know I will have books on deck. I will have Shad, and I will also have Promise books because her book will be out by then.
Yes, we love that, guys. Support Valia Brown. Okay,
Yep.
go and get the book now. Tell us what if they want it now? Like they can't wait to those dates. Where can they go get it now?
If you want it now, you can go to valiathewriter.com, VALIA thewriter.com. You can purchase a book box. So my first round of book boxes sold out. Those are done. All right. But I am doing a smaller book box. You won't get everything. Like my first book box had tumblers, t-shirts, all of the good stuff. This round is more so focused on the male characters. So all the male characters in the novel Shad. So you can get a book box or you can get an autographed copy. I don't do just a regular autographed copy of the book. Now you're going to get a gold seal in your book. It says from the library of Valia Brown, and then I autograph it, leave you a special note. I seal it and then send it off to you. I shrink wrap it and then send it off to you. And then you can always go to Amazon if y'all use Kindle Unlimited. I do have Shad on Kindle Unlimited. It's on there until September. So then I'll be able to put it on everywhere else, like Apple Books and all that stuff, you know. So, but yeah, that's where you can get Shad.
Okay, I love that. I love that, guys. Follow and so they have your website, your social media handles. Where can they follow you?
Yes, all of my social media handles are at Valia the Writer. I have BB the Reader and Writer. So that was my reader page. All I did was get recommendations, buy a bunch of books on that page, all that good stuff. But that is also my writer page as well now. So I do reading and writing on there. So BB the Reader and Writer, and then everywhere else is valiathewriter.com. That's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. And then also my website is valiathewriter.com. So at Valia the Writer.
We love that, guys. Follow her everywhere. Okay, support and reviews. Leave a review, guys. Okay,
yes.
We need reviews. That's how we in the writing world, reviews are gold. Yes. Okay, so Valia Brown, we thank you so much for stopping by, chatting with us, sharing this amazingly beautiful chocolate handsome man cover. Guys, follow her. Like I said, you're welcome back anytime. Okay, I will definitely actually see you in New York at Pages in the City because I'm definitely going to that. Yeah, New York is one of my favorite places. When I saw that, I said, yeah. And we're gonna have the people that's running it come on here. We're gonna be interviewing them so that y'all can find out about it as well. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Author Interviews with Jazz and Prose. I'm your host, Sai. Once again, we thank you, Valia, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Guys, we'll see you in the next interview.